Welcome to my Zone Online School. My name is Miss Isolda Goriras and I have a friend here with me. This week's theme, as you can see, we are dressed up in our special occupations, will be occupations. Before we can start with our lesson, I would like for us to take our sanitizer, sanitize our hands nicely. Always remember to keep social distance between you two and put on your mask. The lesson will be about syllables, the U sound, and homophones. All right, I would like for us to turn to page 19, where we are going to clap and count the syllables. All right. Let us quickly look on the chalkboard. I have written here a few words. Let us read the words here. Celery, and then we have to clap the word celery. Celery. How many syllables do we have there? 3 syllables. Now, so this is how we break the words. Celery. Good. 3 syllables. How about the word car? Let us clap the word car. Car. How many times do we clap it? It's only 1. So the car word stays the same. It's only 1 syllable. Okay, how about this one here? City. Let us clap it. City. How many times did we clap it? 2 times, and so it means we have 2 syllables. How about this one here? Camera. Let us try to clap it. Camera. All right, how many times did we clap it? 3. So it means we have 3 syllables. Camera and ra. Okay, let us quickly go back to our worksheet. Page 19. There you have few of the words I would like for you to complete by clapping the words, but you only have to write for me the number of the claps you are going to divide the words into. For example, we have done celery on the chalkboard. How about the one next to it? Exact. Let us quickly try to clap the word exact. Exact. All right. How about the one below that one? Sand. Let us quickly try to clap the word sand. Sand. Okay. Do the rest on your own. Practice by clapping out the words. And I would like for you to turn to page 20. Page 20. Now we also have syllables. But now this one will be on a grade 3 level, whereby we are going to apply the rules of syllables. There you have the rules there. We have to find the words, the compound words, inside of the bigger word. Compound words are smaller words which we find inside of a bigger word, all right? And then it says also the double letters. I will explain that to you as well as the consonants. How we can break up the word using the consonant as well. And then we can see how we can split some of the words by using the patterns. All right. Okay, now let's quickly look at the word doctor. I will write the word doctor here on the chalkboard. Doctor. Okay, so we have rules when it comes to breaking up of the words. It is not just about clapping out of the words. Can you still remember our vowels? Our vowels are A. Oops, that's an ugly A. Let me rewrite it again. A, E, I, O, and the U. Very good. Let me also just take this word down a little bit so that we can see nicely. Okay, the first rule that we need to do is to count how many vowel sounds we have in the word. How many vowel sounds can you see? We have a one here, and then we have another one here. So which means by underlining the vowel sounds, we automatically know that we have to divide the word into 2 syllables. Now, and then after counting the vowel sounds, we can always use our index fingers, point out your index fingers here, and then you point one index finger on the consonant sound and another one on the other consonant sound. No, I'm sorry. You have to put it on the vowel sounds that you underline. And then you move inwards with your consonant sounds, and then you divide the word between the 2 consonant sounds. Can you do that? Put one index finger on the first vowel, then another index finger on the next vowel, move inwards, and divide the word where you find the 2 consonants. And now you can rewrite the word here. Dog. This consonant sound goes along with this vowel sound here. And then turn. The second consonant sound goes or runs away with the second vowel sound. So we have 2 syllables there. Let's have another one. For example, what if we have only one consonant? Let's have a look here. Landre. Pilot. All right. Now we have to start off by counting the vowel sounds. How many vowel sounds do we have? 1 and 2. We have 2 vowel sounds. So we know automatically we have to divide the word into 2 syllables. But we said we normally put our little fingers, the index fingers, on our vowel sounds. We move inwards, and where we find the 2 consonants standing next to each other, that's where we divide. But in this case, we only have 1 consonant. What happens here? If we have 1 consonant only, that consonant always runs away with the second vowel. Now, so we'll have pie and let. Can you see that? If we have double consonants, each vowel sound can be accompanied by the consonant, but only if we have only 1 consonant, the last vowel goes together with the consonant. All right, let's quickly go back to our worksheet on page 20. Okay, the doctor, I've done it for you as an example on the chalkboard as well as the pilot. Now let's look at the teacher. How about teacher? Let me also explain teacher quickly here on the chalkboard. Look here quickly. Leandre, teacher. Okay, now how about this one here? How many vowel sounds do you see?
3.
There are 3 vowel sounds, but remember, when we have vowel sounds standing next to each other here, it only makes or gives 1 sound. It only gives us 1 sound. So we can say these 2 vowels gives 1 sound, and another one will be a second sound, a second vowel. And again, you use your little index fingers. You put the first one on the first sound, second index finger on the second one, move inwards, and separate the 2 between the 2 consonant sounds, and we are going to have the word divided into 2 syllables like this. Teacher. Teacher. All right, let's quickly go back to our worksheet. Let's look at the word florist. How can we divide the word florist? You first need to count the vowel sounds, and then you divide there. We only have one consonant between the O and the R. There's only one consonant. So what did we say? If we have only one consonant, one happens there. The consonant sound runs away with the second vowel sound. Okay, I would like for you to practice on your own by completing the activity. Let's move to page 21. Page 21 says we have to spell the words and then rewrite the words 2 times on the space that has been provided for you. Number 1, let us read the word up on. Like for example, when you are telling a story, you will say once upon a time or once upon in what? Alright, up on. Then you spell the word U-P-O-N, up on, and then you rewrite for me the word 2 times. Let's look at number 2, thought. T-H-O-U-G-H-T, thought. You rewrite it again 2 times over. Let's move to number 3, gun. G-U-N, gun. And then you rewrite it for me 2 times. Again, I would like for you to complete the other words. First you read the word, spell the word, read it again, and rewrite it 2 times. Alright, I hope you have enjoyed our previous lesson about syllables, and I hope you are practicing how to break up words. Now I would like for you to turn to page 22, and we are going to read a short story about a sub in the tub. Bob is in the tub. Bob has a sub in the tub. The sub will get wet in the tub. Bob can dip the sub in the tub. The tub will bob in the tub. The sub can go in the tub. It is fun to get a sub in the tub. Do you know what a sub is? Yes, there's a picture of a submarine. It's a shorter word for submarines, the boats that goes underwater. All right. Now let's quickly look at our instruction there. Choose and fill in the missing words. Number 1, there are 3 words that you can choose from. Bob is in a da-da-da. Where is Bob? Is he in a pen? Is he in a net? Or is he in a tub? That is correct. He is in the tub. I would like for you to complete number 2 and number 3. Let us turn to page 23. It's about the short U. Let us read at the instruction. Write repetition of initial sound to build meaningful words. Spin the spinner at the sound to make a real word. Then read the words. Alright, we have to make use of the words in the spinner and build words. And every time we get a word, and it has to be a meaningful word, we have to write the words on the spaces provided for us. For example, we have in the first third of the circle, we have the word un. And then in the first row, we have the letter S. If we combine the S and the un, what word will you have? That is correct. It is the sun word. Very good. I would like for you to complete the rest. Now I would like for you to turn to page 24. Now this one is for the grade 3 level. Homophones. What are homophones? Okay, the instruction is there. Homophones are words that sounds the same but they have a different meaning and they are also spelled differently. Okay, now we have a list of homophones for you there in that column. For example, allowed, allowed. No? And then we have ate and ate. Those are two different words, have two different meanings, but they sound the same. The ate is the past tense of eat, and the next word is the ate, which is the letter 8. Okay, I would like for you to read that on your own so that you can know the words that sound the same with different meanings. Now let us look below. Read the sentences and fill in the correct word. Okay? The words that you are supposed to fill in from is allocated for you on the right side. You're supposed to choose one word. You either encircle it or you write it at the space provided for you. Number 1, I saw a, is it going to be B, the first B or the second B on the flower? Remember, they both sound the same, but the meanings are different. So you have to choose the correct word. Number 2, the wind, the leaves. Blue or blue? Which one will be the correct one? Remember again, they both sound the same, but they are having different meanings. So you have to know the meanings of each word that you have been given. Alright? And then I would like for you to practice by completing the rest of the activity on your own. Alright, now we've come to yet another lesson. At the end of our lesson, I would like to thank you. And before we can close off, take your hand sanitizer. Sanitize your hands at all times. Between your fingers. Around your thumbs. Remember, keep your distance. Yes, always wear your mask. And until next time, I would like to welcome Soshi, and we can say goodbye. Bye.
Hi everyone. You can't hug your friends anymore, but you can still give yourself some love, or you can practice how to blow hugs. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And until next time, bye.
And I think growing up there was a sense of non-belonging because of the fact that I moved different schools majority of the time. So I spent a lot of time, switching schools. I went to 5 primary schools before I finally settled in Windhoek. There's so many different aspects to who I am that really talking about it in one go can be a bit difficult, but I managed to be able to bring it forth and speak on it properly. I'd like to rather not necessarily show what exactly it is, but to perhaps shed light on the process. And this particular dream and ambition was taking forever. 3 years is a long time to be holding on to one thing that you want to attain in your life, and it's just not happening. And I remember getting into a place where I thought maybe that thing is just not for me.
You are a civil engineer, female civil engineer, and I'm sure
Black female civil engineer.
Yes, and I'm sure it's a male-dominated career or field, or so we were told.
Many countries that have passed their first peak of COVID-19 are experiencing a second rise in cases. Is this a second wave of infections, and could even more waves lie ahead? Previous pandemics might give us a clue. The 1918 Spanish flu was the most deadly pandemic in modern history. It killed at least 50 million people. Its second wave was the most deadly by far, killing millions more than the first and third. More recent outbreaks, such as SARS and swine flu, have also had 2 or more waves, so it looks like the COVID-19 pandemic could have several too. The World Health Organization has warned about the dangers of a deadly resurgence. Many countries and places have seen infections accelerate after bringing their first waves under control. These rises aren't necessarily new waves, they could be spikes. Spikes are rapid rises in cases that aren't sustained, whereas waves happen over longer periods and often contain several spikes or peaks. Second waves only take place after a first wave has retreated. Many scientists believe more waves are inevitable and think a worse one could hit during autumn or winter. Some other coronaviruses spread faster when the weather is cold. If this is the case with COVID-19, it would put health systems under huge pressure. Many people are still vulnerable, and immunity to the virus might only last a few months for those who recover. It's also possible that mutations to the virus could lead to new waves. Hundreds of mutations have been found, and some could potentially make the pandemic more severe. One mutation may have already improved the ability of the virus to bind its spike proteins to human cells. This strain of the virus appears to unlock cells more easily and has become dominant around the world. It's unknown how the virus will continue to change, but further mutations could make it even more dangerous and harder to control. A reliable vaccine would help solve many of these problems, but it may take many months or even years to find one. Until then, we all need to make long-term lifestyle changes to protect ourselves from further waves. How are you learning to live in a world with COVID-19?
Akili, 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 akili. Water, water, wash your hands. Scrub with soap, wash your hands. Front and back, wash your hands. To be clean and safe. Wash your hands before you eat your breakfast. Wash your hands before you eat your lunch. Wash your hands before you eat your dinner. Wash your hands before you start to munch. Water, water, wash your hands. Scrub with soap, wash your hands. Front and back, wash your hands. To be clean and safe. Wash your hands after using the toilet. Wash your hands after you sneeze or cough. Wash your hands after you touch
On the Gold Coast of West Africa lies the peaceful and diverse nation of Ghana. I'm pretty close right now to the geographical center of the Earth. It is also one of the last pockets for elephants in the wilds of West Africa.
You know, every country in the world just about has cattle, sheep, goats, horses, donkeys. But it's only Africa that has the real megafauna, the charismatic stuff which people in the rest of the world want to see.
The passion that the staff have for the job.
There's value to a bird which brings birders to a place like this. I mean, this is a birding paradise. We see an intrinsic appreciation and joy from seeing the wildlife out here, but not everybody does.
You can't get to Moli and then will not be passionate about what we do, because you'll be the only one left. Everybody is passionate.
The only worthwhile war, the war against destruction, the war against loss, the war for peace, for balance, for inclusion.
It is out of my way. Buffaloes, elephants, tigers, are